Will Facebook soon break down? Yeah. So I think Zuck is doing everything he can to make Facebook stay relevant. They are so powerful, and 40% of people on the planet use at least one Facebook app every single month. And they've had a lot of PR disasters for obvious reasons. And so what they're doing is they're renaming the company, they're rebranding it as well, and they're talking about what's coming next, which is the Metaverse. But what Zuck is doing today is he's actually explaining the future strategy of Facebook, which is going to be based on Internet 3.0, which is the Metaverse. And what that means is he's going to probably use Oculus, which is an asset he bought back in 2012, VR. He's going to be using Oculus and other technologies to talk about the future of social media. And so Internet 3.0 means VR or AR-based way to kind of talk to each other. It's like World of Warcraft circa 2005, but for social media. And I'm not going to say anything more on this. It's something I'm working on right now for my MBA program. I'm working on the Metaverse version of my MBA program, which means that at some point you'll be able to network with alumni during the course while you watch it using AR and VR. Yeah, it's coming eventually. It's something I've been working on for a while. Yeah. But I think with Facebook, the biggest risk they have is geopolitical. They're incredibly powerful, and I've tried my best to not use it. Like, I don't use Facebook at all, right? So if you see any Facebook posts, it's my team that does it. It's so hard to not use Facebook ads, though, because Facebook advertising for customers is unbelievable. It's better than any other social media product out there. You can't avoid them. You can't. And I think the only reason that Facebook would fail in the future is if governments decide to shut it down. And we've seen certain Facebook executives testifying before Congress. If governments decide to shut it down or break it up or regulate it, that'd be the biggest risk for the company, which is why they're rebranding and changing everything about the company right now they possibly can. Yeah. But they're too powerful. And I think the problem with the U.S. government is that from an antitrust perspective, they don't want to break up these big tech companies one at a time. It's ridiculous. They're waiting so they can break them all up at the same time. And it's taken them way too long. And you've got, as Sasha Cohen calls it, the Internet Six. 6 big internet companies have way too much power. Way too much power. To thought police as well. They're basically brainwashing people with sponsored stories, and they're responsible for the bifurcation of American society. America's at odds now more so than any time in history, going back to maybe the 1960s. If you're a Republican, Facebook gives you ads and videos, sponsored stories, and makes you more Republican. If you're a Democrat, Facebook gives you stories, ads, whatever it is, sponsored videos, and makes you more of a Democrat. And so you've got the country at odds. And it's good to have differing opinions always, right? Like, even though I'm not an anti-vaxxer and I am vaccinated, I respect people that voice their opinion about not wanting to get vaccinated for religious reasons, whatever it is. I respect that. I respect different opinions. But Facebook is magnifying those differences, and it's not ethical at all. But I think Facebook has too much power, and the government is waiting to break up all these big tech companies. They want to do them all at the same time. And I think that's highly illogical because it's too hard to fight an army of lawyers from 6 big companies, the Internet 6. I think they should start with Facebook and break it up immediately into a number of different companies. Yeah. That's the biggest risk for Facebook is geopolitical oversight.